I don't think in any time on my channel, or should I say channels that I've had on this platform, have I ever made a video about Michael Eric Dyson. Now, of course, Harvey has talked about Michael Eric Dyson on his channel plenty of times over the years, and he has gone in on him. And I'm almost curious right now to see if Harvey is going to say or talk about this right here. So for me to get on to my channel and talk about Michael Eric Dyson, it's something that he did or he said that rubbed me the wrong way. And trust and believe me when I tell you, he did just that. As a matter of fact, what he said was an insult to every black American who is for reparations. So you're probably wondering, what did Michael Eric Dyson say? Well, basically, if you haven't heard, Joe Biden has picked this man by the name of Lloyd Austin. He's an Army general to head the Pentagon, and it's a historical moment because he's the first black man or first black person to hold that position. And Michael Eric Dyson, instead of him just congratulating this man for getting that position like anyone else would, or if that's what he wanted to do, he took it a step further and said that this was a way for Joe Biden, or a way of Joe Biden paying the debt he owes to black Americans, as if selecting this man to head the Pentagon was a form of reparations. That's almost the same talking point they used when 44 Obama became president. And some other talking points that these dub S's out here have been saying, such as, what was it, like government assistance? Let me remind you that government assistance wasn't even made with black people in mind. That was made for palm-colored people. But then they made black people the face of it, like they tend to do with a lot of things that tend to be negative in this establishment known as the US of A. Let me get into it. CNN's Donna Lemonade and his guest praised former Vice President Joe Biden for reportedly picking a black man for Secretary of Defense because it was a way of paying the debt that he owed to black Americans. Lemon was speaking to Progressive Minister Michael Eric Dyson when they both marveled at reports that Biden had picked retired Army General Lloyd Austin for the powerful position. Austin will be the first black man to lead the Pentagon. This defense secretary thing is big with General Michael Austin. What do you think? Now, that's not a typo. Everyone who's listening to me say this. The man's name is General Lloyd Austin, but Donna, being the dimwit that he is, got his name wrong. How do you go from Lloyd to Michael? Like, huh? How was that even possible? Unless he was thinking of Michael Eric Dyson and put his name in front of it, but still at the same time, like, how do you mess that up? Anyway, he says, Lemon asked while getting the retired four-star general's name wrong. Oh, it's beautiful. Look, have you ever heard a president say before I owe you, Dyson responded. Look at how excited they sound. And Michael Eric Dyson is even dumber because he didn't even correct Don Lemon in telling him, well, first, before we go on, Don, his name is General Lloyd Austin, not Michael Austin. They were so excited about this that they didn't even, Donna didn't say the name right, and Michael Eric Dyson didn't even correct him. They just kept on going. He said, oh, it's beautiful. Have you ever heard a president say before I owe you, Dyson responded. I can only imagine how that sounded in tone. They were probably just as giddy as a schoolgirl, as they used to say back in the day. Well, for Donna, that might not be that hard, if you get what I mean. Yeah, Lemon agreed. I owe you a debt. You hooked me up. I'm hooking you up. I've never heard a president. I've studied presidential rhetoric. Dyson continued. I study presidents' interactions with Black America. I've never heard that, and so the attempt to follow up and to follow through by President-elect Joe Biden is worthy of note, and I think he's been doing a very good job so far. So because Joe Biden picked this black man to head the Pentagon, he has this all-woman board and some other things. See, here's the thing. You can tell people like Michael Eric Dyson and Donna get easily swayed by what I've been calling it. And well, I don't think I'm the first one to say it, but I use it a lot. They get easily swayed by nigger trinkets. They're easily swayed by nigga trinkets. First of all, y'all are not even the ones in the position that weren't even the ones that got the position that Joe Biden gave to this man. But y'all feel, I still can't get over the fact Michael Eric Dyson feels that this is supposed to be a form of reparations. Excuse me? Reparations is supposed to affect collectively black people across the board, not just one black person. As far as we know, this is only going to affect this general. Now, this is not me taking a swipe at his accomplishments, because it's definitely not. This is me calling out the BS that Michael Eric Dyson and apparently his little bosom buddy, Donna, up there talking on CNN are so happy about. And apparently, according to Michael Eric Dyson, all of us should be excited about that. See what I mean? This is why we can't have certain people speaking for us. You can't. Because if you did, you'll have people like him saying everything while saying a bunch of nothing. And he said he believes he's doing a good job so far. What has he really done so far? He just got the president-elect. What was it, last month? He hasn't been sworn in, but like I said, this is who they voted for. That's my slogan for the next 4 years, from now until 2024. It says you have to balance all the considerations of the competing interests that are vying for your time and representation, Dyson said. But I think black people are well deserved, and this choice of General Austin today is truly outstanding. Neither Lemon nor Dyson made time to discuss Austin's career or all of his qualifications for the position, but Dyson made sure to market his new book about racial inequality to the CNN audience. Lemon also admitted during the segment that he incorrectly named Austin. Dyson went on to say, hold on, let me go back a little bit. They said that Donna or Michael Eric Dyson did not discuss all of his career qualifications for the position as well as his career. All they talked about, oh, he's a black man, he got this position. That's a very important thing to note. Is he qualified for that position? I'm not saying if he is or if he isn't. But if you are getting excited just because he's a black man, that's something black people need to get out of the habit of. Don't get excited just because they're black and they're in these positions and whatnot, just because they're black. Look at what happened with 44. Need I say more? Dyson went on to say that having Justice Clarence Thomas, the king of all coons, a black man on the Supreme Court didn't count as real minority representation because he wasn't liberal in his thinking. Well, Michael Eric Dyson just told on himself right there when he said that. Even though, yes, Clarence Thomas definitely does not represent or speak for black people at all. Like, that's a given. While Lemon and Dyson praised Biden for picking a man with the skin color they preferred, some progressive far-left Democrats decried the pick over Austin's ties to a defense contractor. A sitting board member of military industrial contractor Raytheon should not be heading to the Pentagon. Terrible choice. I hope progressives in Congress will speak up loudly. Former Democratic presidential candidate Marianne Williamson. If y'all remember, Marianne Williamson was the only person who really brought up reparations for black people. Now, it's funny. Would Michael Eric Dyson speak up on her behalf? Because she actually did bring up reparations. It was on the low end, but she actually brought it up, and you can tell no one twisted her arm to do it because they got her up out of there the minute she said that. But yeah, that's some Michael Eric Dyson. You don't speak for us. Thank God we're not listening to you. All those other people, they can listen to you if they want to, but I and many others of sound mind and sanity do not have to listen to your crap or buy your book. And like I said in the article, he had time to plug his book without talking about what qualifies this man for that position or his career. They just said, oh, he's a black man. That's a form of reparations. No, it's not. It is not. And people like Michael Eric Dyson, when it comes to reparations, he doesn't need to talk on that either. If that's all it takes, then no, he does not get an invitation to talk about our tangibles. And then on top of that, he's having this discussion with Donna. Need I say more? Y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll talk to you in the next one.